"I'll give you the plane if you fly it," the millionaire mocked. But when the homeless woman stepped into the cockpit, no one expected the truth. She was an aviation legend. Richard Sterling lived for power and spectacle. His wealth wasn't just money, it was dominance. Every deal, every car, every jet was proof of his superiority. That day at the private airfield, he was parading his brand new jet to investors. Laughter filled the hangar until he spotted her. A woman in ragged clothes stood at the gate, skin dark from sun and struggle, hair tangled, eyes tired but piercing. The sight of her irritated him. "What is she doing here?" he spat. To humiliate her, he shouted, "You want this jet? I'll give it to you if you can fly it." The crowd laughed. Everyone expected her to shrink, to run. Instead, she stepped forward. "Give me the keys." Silence swept over the hangar. Richard, amused, tossed the keys at her feet. She bent, picked them up, and walked toward the jet. Not timid, but steady, like a queen reclaiming her throne. Whispers spread among the investors. "She looks like she knows what she's doing." Richard smirked. "This'll be good." But when she entered the cockpit, the laughter stopped. Her fingers moved with confidence, flipping switches, adjusting controls. Her back straightened, her eyes sharpened. "She's not guessing," murmured one of the pilots. "She's done this before." Moments later, the engines roared to life. The jet thundered down the runway, slicing through the air with precision. Investors stood frozen, watching a homeless woman command a multi-million-dollar machine with flawless skill. The plane lifted smoothly into the sky, soaring above the city with grace. In the control tower, jaws dropped. "Who is she?" someone gasped. And when she landed minutes later, touching down as gently as silk, silence hung over the airfield. She stepped out, tossed the keys back at Richard, and said calmly, "You promised me the plane." Richard's face twisted. "Who are you?" he demanded. The woman drew a deep breath, her voice steady but heavy with buried pain. "My name is Maya Johnson. Once they called me Captain Johnson. The first black woman to fly combat missions overseas." Gasps erupted. This ragged stranger wasn't a nobody. She was once a hero. She continued, "I served my country. I flew missions others were too afraid to. But when the war ended, so did the world's memory of me. I lost my home, my family turned away, and with no medals worth money, I became invisible. I walked these streets while you flew jets bought with profits." Her eyes locked on his. "Don't mistake rags for weakness. The sky doesn't forget who belongs to it." As Maya spoke, images of her past unfolded. A younger Maya, in uniform, saluting before her first combat mission. Her commander said, "You'll make history, Johnson." The investors listened, their smug smiles erased, replaced by shame and awe. For once, Richard Sterling was speechless. His mockery had revealed a truth that humiliated him more than any failed deal could. One investor muttered, "We laughed at her, and she's braver than all of us combined." Maya turned to leave, but Richard called out, "Wait. The plane is yours if you want it." The offer wasn't mockery now, it was desperation, guilt, maybe even respect. But Maya shook her head. "I don't need your plane. I just needed to remind myself that I never lost who I am." Word spread quickly. The homeless pilot who stunned a billionaire. News crews covered it. Schools invited her to speak. Aviation companies reached out. Children looked at her in awe, especially young black girls who had never seen someone like them in the cockpit of a jet. And, for the first time in years, Maya walked with her head high, not as a beggar, but as a living legend. Months later, Maya stood again on a runway, this time in a crisp pilot's jacket. Crowds gathered to watch her take the skies in a plane, gifted not by pity, but by respect. As she lifted off, the sun caught the wings, casting golden light across the horizon. Her voice, steady and calm, carried through the radio. They mocked me with the sky, but the sky has always been mine. And with that, she soared, no longer a forgotten hero, but a legend reborn.